They slid the papers across the kitchen island like it was a birthday card. My father didn't look at me. My mother smiled too tightly. The number stared back. $500,000, typed in a font that assumed obedience. Raising fees, the heading read, as if love had been itemized and compounded with interest. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't stand up. I just felt something precise click into place, the sound a lock makes when it's finally turned from the other side. I'd been expecting betrayal. I just hadn't expected the invoice. I remembered the day I moved out at 17, backpack heavy with textbooks and silence. They didn't ask where I was going. My sister, golden, fragile, endlessly forgiven, watched from the stairs as if I were an extra in her life leaving the frame. That was the pattern. I built, she burned, and they paid with my absence. By 24, I'd paid off my loans. I'd bought a loft with windows that caught the city at dawn. I'd built a company the quiet way, clients before hype, cash flow before ego. I never asked them for money. I never asked them for approval. That, it turns out, was my real crime. When my sister's startup collapsed, 6 figures evaporated in a quarter, they panicked. Not because she failed, she always failed. They panicked because there was finally nothing left to pawn but me. The lawsuit came dressed as righteousness. We invested in you, my mother said, as if meals and shelter were venture capital. It's only fair. Fair. The word tasted old. I went home and laid the papers beside my laptop. I didn't call a lawyer that night. I opened folders, years of them, tax returns they'd asked me to help file, LLCs with overlapping addresses, charitable donations that didn't exist, cash transfers labeled family support routed through shell accounts. I'd noticed before, tiny inconsistencies, lazy shortcuts, but I'd let it go. Family, I told myself, earns mercy. They'd mistaken my mercy for blindness. The shift wasn't emotional, it was operational. I mapped timelines, I highlighted contradictions, I cross-referenced filings with bank statements. I documented everything the way I built companies, clean inputs, verifiable outputs, no drama. The work calmed me. Justice always does when it's methodical. My lawyer asked if I wanted to countersue. I shook my head. No, I said. I want the truth to walk into the room by itself. We declined to settle. We requested discovery. Their confidence wavered just a hair. I watched it happen across a conference table, my father's foot tapping, my mother's pen clicking too fast. They thought pressure would bend me. They didn't know pressure is how diamonds learn their edges. During discovery, their story frayed. Depositions exposed memory gaps. Documents appeared late. Numbers didn't reconcile. They blamed accountants. They blamed software. They blamed everyone but the mirror. That's when I sent the package. I didn't embellish. I didn't editorialize. I submitted the evidence exactly as it existed, chronological, indexed, irrefutable, to Internal Revenue Service. I included a cover letter with one sentence. I am responding to a lawsuit predicated on false financial claims. Silence followed. Then a different kind of noise. Audits don't shout, they hum. They arrive with deadlines and letters that don't argue. Accounts freeze. Explanations are requested. The house of cards starts to feel air. The confrontation came later, back in the same kitchen. This time, no papers slid. My mother's hands trembled. My father looked older than he had a month ago. They asked me to fix it. Fix what? I asked. This, my mother said, gesturing at the mess they'd finally noticed. You know how. I nodded. I do. Hope flickered. That was my cue. But I won't, I said. You sued me. You quantified love. You tried to turn my discipline into your bailout. I didn't do this. I stopped protecting it. They tried anger next. Accusations, tears, the familiar rotation. I let it spin. When it slowed, I told them the truth, clean and final. The lawsuit is withdrawn, I said. You'll sign today. No non-disclosure, no apology tour, and you will never ask me for anything again. And the audit? My father whispered. That's between you and the numbers, I said. Numbers don't take sides. They signed. In the weeks that followed, my sister stopped calling. My parents downsized. The narrative shifted in the family group chat, then disappeared entirely. I slept better. The loft felt larger. My company closed its best quarter. People think revenge is loud. It isn't. It's alignment. It's choosing not to lie to protect someone else's comfort. It's letting consequences do their job without interference. I didn't destroy my family. I just refused to subsidize their fiction.